Tempest, and it's really lovely to be here. I know that people on stage or on floors say that to crowds all the time. The difference is I actually fucking mean it. Although, it's very difficult to make that seem honest. It's very difficult to say hello without sounding like a complete wanker. Not when you're normally saying hello in a pub. Like if I was like, hello, that's fine. But when I find anyway, when you're saying hello on a microphone, it just sounds really fucking ungenuine. But the point is this, it's an absolute honour to just be in front of people with the opportunity to talk to them. And sometimes I find that if people don't believe it, you can kind of sometimes like point into a space a little bit in front of your nose and stare into the middle distance, and that often looks like you're being honest. I don't know. Sometimes I stand on my tiptoes as well. Or this one's quite good as well. This one. It's really nice to be. I'm making a mockery of the fact I was just trying to say hello. I'm a bit embarrassed because the lights are all on and I've just been stood there for ages. Anyway, point, I'm going to tell you some poems. My name's Kate, it's lovely to be here, okay? Alright? Okay? Alright? Okay? You're off to work again. You need to make a wage, although you kind of feel like it's a waste of days. Measuring the hours of your life in the paper made, and now your pleasure is devoured and it's getting tedious to take the pace. I mean, you're sick of staying late and rising early with a day to face, punching them numbers in that database. And pretending that you care about the day-to-day. These office politics, man, they're enough to make your faith decay. And so this morning, you were staring in your mirror, clutching your razor blade, and you noticed with a shiver that your face was grey. Because you realise you're actually genuinely pissed off every single time your train's delayed. And now you got this weird feeling that you're beginning to fade away. But it's cool though, it's fine, because you got this girlfriend that you've been seeing for a while now. And yes, you do love her, but you don't really feel the same when she smiles now. I mean, you only ever make love with the lights out. And she don't really seem as on it as she used to, but it's fine. It's fine.
She's still on it.
Because now's the time for settling down, the time for making do. So you go home, you turn your brain off and you rent a film off pay-per-view. Sometimes you wonder what your younger self would make of you. But you're happy, in a way. You're really happy. Like any of your mates from school. And it's true. The cooler ones all fucked off to London and got them arts jobs. Shoreditch. Now you meet them in the bar, you watch them carry on like heartthrobs. And it always ends up messy, no matter how chilled out it starts off, all of a sudden, you're gonna got yourself involved in a dance-off. You're like, mate, this is great. I am rushing my arse off. Stood there feeling like you're on some kind of ride that you can't stop. Next thing you're in the chippy, rowing with some prick who's got a fast gob. Just another night to wake up from and laugh off. And so, life goes on in the bubble. It's tunnel vision all week, right? And the weekends we're there for seeing double. Mate, how are we ever going to see that we're in trouble? But like a dog wagging its tail expecting a treat because it learned how to put on its own filthy stinking muzzle. And so, life goes on in the bubble. Tunnel vision all week, and yeah, it's the weekend, time for seeing double. How are we ever going to see that we're in trouble? We're like a dog wagging its tail, running off to fetch its own muzzle. Meanwhile, another you, walking through the city with your shoulders squared, you're like, man, I'm from the end, you lot don't know the kind of load I bear. You're looking at the people that you pass with a ferocious glare, these fucking suits and ties, going on like they don't know you're there. I mean, you're sick of feeling insignificant. Your ambition's as brilliant as anybody else's, but your temperament is militant. Because every other day brings the death of an innocent. This inner city living, you're seeing more wakes than Finnegan. And all around you is suspicion, power games and fast living. Everybody's trying to get paid. You can't even rave without someone getting stabbed over something, and it's a crying shame, because you're like, fuck the higher plane, I want a fast car and a diamond chain. It feels like everybody's out here trying to find their fame. They want their names to ring out like the alarms before the sirens came. They want to leave the people shaking like a lion's mane, because they've been denied for so long, they're so sure they have a prize to claim. So tell me, is it time for grief? Or is it time for blame? I'll stand right here and tell you it's time for neither, mate. It's the time for change. Because where I'm from, young boys are given sentences before they've even learned to sign their name. And all you're trying to do is find your way through the lies and pain. Although that said, you have got your heart set on some new kicks, right? Want them fresh black Nikes with the blue stitch, right? So you've been putting in the hours, moved a few bits. What's the point in aiming any higher? It seems useless. And so, there's small victories in our cities full of rubbish, where our children are either overfed or undernourished, where our talent's suffocated before it can be encouraged, and our true selves, well, they're completely ignored. So tell me, what's the point in hoping for more when there are soldiers at war and they are dying without knowing what for? Yeah, all you want to do is think nothing, sit and smoke up a draw. We're going nowhere like a boat on a shore, oblivious to the whole ocean. We're a token of a broken, divorced generation whose folks don't know the rapport. Don't get me wrong, just like everybody else here, I've got my rent to pay. All I'm trying to say is it feels to me like we're so caught up in the everyday we've given all our strength away. And so, life goes on in the bubble. Tunnel vision all week, it's hard. Back off, Tempest, my weekends for seeing double, right? So how are we ever going to see that we're in trouble? We're like a dog wagging its tail, enjoying the stench of its own filthy fucking muzzle. And so, life goes on in the bubble. Tunnel vision all week and our weekends we're there for seeing double. How are we ever going to see that we're in trouble? As we hang out in the basement of a strange bar, look each other right in the eye, and say, do you know what? There's a lot more to my life than the everyday struggle. Yeah.